Welcome guys to today's tutorial, and we are going to be learning how to design a monthly greeting flyer. Every month you want to design a greeting message to your friends, loved ones, customers, to make them feel happy, to wish them the best of the month. So that's what we are going to be learning today. Here I have a sample of a design we'll be creating, which is on my Picsart lab. So I will just quickly open it. So this is the design. So we'll be learning how to recreate this concept using our smartphone. Okay guys, the next thing we do is to open our Chrome browser. Now there are two websites that we use in removing image background and enhancing a picture. So the first one I'll be introducing to you is an AI, is slaza.com. So I'll click on it. So I'll click on this website and open it. Then on the drop down, I'll select remove background. Then I click on upload the image. So this helps you to remove an image background quickly in less than 10 seconds if you have a good network. If you don't have a good network, it might take more than that. So I'll click on the image. Just watch. If you can count, see the image background is being removed automatically. So I just click on download. But since I'm not using a paid plan, so the image quality is going to reduce. What I'll now do is that I will now go to my picswish.com and bring back the picture to a high quality resolution. So I click on upload and then import the image. You can see the image. I import the image which I remove the background, not the one that has a background. So when I import it, I will allow it to load. This takes a little bit seconds. Might take up to 60 seconds. So you can see this is after and this is before. Look how blurred this image is, but after is very, very clear. So what I'll do is to click on download image and click on free image and wait for it to bring out a window where I now click on the screen and that's let download image. Guys, I'm done with getting my images. You understand? The next thing I do is to go to my pinterest.com to get my resources for the design. So I'm just showing it. I already have the resources, so I'm just showing how to get resources. So just come here. What I want to design is I'll just search for birthday party background. You understand? So birthday party background, I'll search for it. I'm trying to show you how to remove background, get resources as a graphic designer. So these are a lot of backgrounds, so you can download any of them. There are a lot of them. You can download any of them. So I already have the one I saved, so I'll not be downloading any one again. So what I'll now do is just to use the one I already have. Okay, so the next thing now is to customize our background. Since Picsart Lab has limited tools for editing, so what I'll do is to customize my background. So I visit Picsart. Picsart is used both for enhancing image and to make your design to come back to life. So I click on Picsart and do import the image background which I downloaded and enhance it. Click on the plus icon. Then most of the times you will see it at the top here. If you can't see it, you go to click on the album to fetch it. So I already have the images here, so I just click on my recent to see all. Then I look for, these are the backgrounds I sent on my platform. So this is the background I'll be using for this concept. The next thing I do is that I will click on this FX. If I should click on it, you will not see the screen. So once you click on it, you will see blur. So you select blur. So if I should record it now, you will not see it. So that's what you click on. So I'll pause this video and then blur the background to see how it will look like. This is the before. So when I click on so this is how the image looks like after it has been blurred. Okay, so this is how the background looks like. What I'll do now is to import another effect. I'll scroll here. You will see add photo. So you click on add photo. It will take you to a gallery. So I downloaded some recent effects. This is called light effect. So I'm not using this one. The one I'm going to use is this party light effect. So I'll click on it and click what add. So once I click on add, I expand it. This is not going to show when I'm recording it. So you just scroll and you see blend. This one I'm clicking on. After the effect, you see blend. So when you select it, you click on what screen. You select screen. So it's going to hide the black background and leaving the foreground, which is foreground is something that is in the front of the background. So that's what you are going to do. So once this is done, what you now do is just to set, increase it and press what done. So once you press done, you cannot go back again. So you have to set it before you click on the check button. So once you are satisfied that you have set the effect, that is the light effect, you can now save it. So the next thing now, you just click on the download button and click on save as JPEG and press save. So we have set up our background using Picsart. So the next thing now is to start our design. So for us to start our design, we need to open our Picsart lab. So this was the design I created. So I'm going to start this from scratch. So what I'll select is default space and delete the text. The next thing I do is to import my customized background. So I click on plus icon from gallery. So I will see the currently saved background that is plugged, and I click on it. Then I select something, this aspect ratio, and click. Then it looks like this. I cropped it so that it's going to be a square form. When you are designing an eflyer, I always use a square form, 2x2, 1x1 ratio, 3x3, anything, but it has to be a square form so that it will fit in on your profile when you use it. So this is the background now. So the next thing I do is I click on the plus icon and import the picture from gallery. I import the enhanced picture, which is at the top. So I also do crop this way. The reason why we are cropping, so that when we are selecting the next object, will not cover some of the items. So we click on this, and the next thing we do is we just expand. You can see we expand. So we have something like this, as you saw in the old one. So we have something like this. So the next thing to do is to click on the plus icon to create a new text layer. Look at, once I click on text layer, a new text layer is created here. By when I toggle it, I'll see the layer. So I toggle it off again. So what I'll be typing here is September. Another thing I want to tell you is that when you, as a graphic designer, need an external font. If you don't have an external font installed, you can visit my YouTube channel as King J Media to watch a tutorial on how to install font on your Picsart. So I click on the edit button and rename it to September. So I press OK. Now this font looks like this now. So this is the importance of installing font. So what I'll do now, still on the text icon, the A icon. So when you select it, displays the properties that you can use to style any text. Understand? So what I'll do now is to look for where they wrote font and click on it. Now fonts now is the one that came with the Picsart lab. Then my font is the one I installed. So I'm going to be using one of the fonts I use here, which is ArmUp. So I'm using ArmUp and press OK. So I have something like this. So what I do is to expand. As you're expanding, ensure that the text does not take the entire screen. So I think this is okay. So I take this one to the top here. Then I click on the pencil icon, and then click on this one that looks like a block. It means duplicate or make it 2. So I duplicate and then position it. Now the space in between the first and the second should that be most graphics designer dey give much space. Don't give much space, just a little space, little gap. So click on the pencil close to the delete icon and click on it again. It duplicates. You make this third one and shift it closer to the what, the third one. So the next thing you do, you click on the plus icon, the pencil icon, and click on what, duplicate, and make it this. It's not a must that you have to make the text to reach the bottom. Always observe what we call margin. Are you getting the point? So the next thing I do now is to align them, because this text now might not look aligned. So I select the 4 of them and then click outside and go to my alignment, relative position, click on it, aligned what, left. So I align them. So when I go to my relative position, I align them. I click on this one that is at the top, align to the center. So it takes everything. So if you check here now, this one is moving because it's the one that seems not to be in the same alignment. So that's why it's moving. So when I click on this, it's now positioned to the same level with others. The alignment is perfect. So what I do is now to click on the check or good icon. I still go back to that my layer to see all of them and click on the down part icon and select this. Now I'm going to merge, making it to become one, so that when I'm adding an effect, all the text will take the same property. And click on this one, the delete icon. After the delete icon, we have this next icon. So you click on this one that is used for merging. So I click on it to merge. I say okay. So it becomes one. So you can see when I toggle it off again, when I hide it, all the text hides at once. So you have a single layer that contains all the text we typed. So I bring it back. So the next thing I do is now to customize it. So I'm going to click on shape, because now a vector is no longer a text. I cannot edit it again. So it's now a vector after I merge it. So I click on what, color, and enable it. I have something like this. So I want to make it to look more spicy. So I use gradient and select this. So you can check for other colors and select this. You can even edit itself. So when I select this particular gradient, I'll now do what, I go to click on the plus icon to customize. So this is it. So it's because I have it saved already. So if you want to know this particular color I use pink and red. If you want to know it, click on the drop icon here, there you see it. I'll click on the editor so that you see. So this is the color code. So type the color code on your own environment, FFF0A8F. That's the color code. Forget about this red GB, RGB, this is red, green and blue. Forget about this. Once you type this first one to generate the color code, press OK. That's for the pink. Then for the red, the type of red color code I use is this, FFF3802. So once you do that, you click on what, OK, and press OK. So it will give you this color that I use for this tutorial, and you press OK. So you have something like this. Then you press check. The next thing now is to move this text to the behind the image. So I move this text behind the image. It looks like this. This looks beautiful. So the next thing I do now is to click or create a new text layer and type what, happy new month. So I edit. I go to the text icon to see this property and click on edit. So I type what, happy new month, and press OK. So now we are going to use a script font. So there's a particular script font I always use in my design, which is called the Picsart. So as a graphics designer, you should have a favorite font or favorite font you normally use. So this is what I'm going to be using. So I click on font. So I'll click on my font. So once I click on the search bar, because I don't want to stress myself, I type what, Picsart. So I'll see it here. I'll select this Picsart. The font changes here to show you how it's going to display. You press OK. So you have something like this. The next thing you do is just to skew it, rotate it a little. Now to spice everything up, you now come to what, you come to your shadow. You are going to use shadow to add a glow. That's what we call glow. So I'm adding a shadow. So what I'll be selecting is what? This color, the pink color. Then I now fade it to look lighter. Then I increase the what? Distance. So I look for offset. I can increase the distance. So enable glow. You have to enable the outer glow. So you click on enable outer glow. Then the distance, you set it this way, offset, no? So you set it to be aligned. So these are the offset looks like. So you set it to your favorite choice. So I always love my own to be at the center. Then I now reduce the what? The opacity to look lighter. So it looks like this. So it looks like a light ray. That's how it looks like. That's how I want it to be. It looks like a light ray. So the next thing I do now is just to come and add your name. You just come here and click on the create a new text and what? Add your name. So the name I'm going to be adding is my name. My name, I'll say designed by. So when you are doing your own, you add your own name, designed by King Jerry, and then press OK. So now it looks like this. What you need to do is to just adjust it, and you are going to make it small. So in every design we have what we call the most important and the less important. Understand? So this one now is less important to me, so that's why I reduce the text. I don't need to make it to be that big. So what I'll do is now to add background text color. So I click on background text and enable it. So you can always play with any of the colors. So I don't want to. I'll be adding a shade, so I'm selecting just black, and press OK. So I have a black shade. So the next thing you do is just to pad. Padding is like adding a space. So I click on padding for those that don't know. So we have left padding. So if I do it like this, it gives a space to the left. When I do it this way, it gives it a space to the right. What I'll do now is to expand this box to make sure that the text is in alignment. I expand the box so I can shift it. So this is how you can add a space to the left and to the right of your box when you are using a background text. So I have something by King Jerry. So what do I do now is save the project, save as project. So I was going to save it as September greeting tutorial and press OK. To save it, after saving as a project, the next thing I do is to save it as an image. So I always use PNG because it returns the image quality. The next thing I also do, I set it to ultra and do save to gallery. So the image is saved. What next I do, I close the environment and do open my Picsart. Most of us, after we have finished designing, we just post. Now for those using smartphone, you need to edit your design to make it more beautiful. So what I'll do now is to close all this and discard it. Then I open it again. It's loaded. So what I'll do now is to click on the effects. I get to the point. When you click on the effects, I'm going to tell you the name of the effect to select to get the next one. So if I click on it, you'll not see this design. So I'm going to pause this. So we have this type of effect. What I did was to click on the effect and select simple. You will see blur. Select simple tab. Once you click on the simple tab, it's going to show you different types of effect. Look for the one that is APR2. So I call it April, but look for the one that is APR2. So once you click on that particular effect, you are going to have this. It's going to edit both the background and the picture, enhancing it more. I getting the point because of when we rendered it on Picsart, it reduced, the quality was reduced. So we now spice everything up. Then before clicking on the download icon and clicking on save as JPEG and click on save. That's all. So you can now post it.
If you find this tutorial helpful, please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel at King Media for more amazing content. Thank you for your support.